So, a treat I bought myself back in January was a few figure pre-orders, and of course shipping to the UK got a little bit delayed amidst some kind of... think we have a pandemic. But, as a little treat, a little surprise, the mail delivered a few figures I pre-ordered today. One of which I shan't be opening ever, so I can't really do a review on, but it's the Stan Lee Signature Marvel Legends figure, which is beautiful. And the moment I saw the packaging, I was like, I can't open this guy. He has to be displayed in box. But I will be opening these two. Two figures from the Black Widow range, based on the then upcoming, now still upcoming, Black Widow movie. These are the only two I ordered. If you want me to review more, let me know if you're willing to buy them, and I'll put them on my Amazon wishlist, link in bio. But I'm not after any personally myself at the moment. But as usual, I wanted to review these bad boys. So we have Star Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, very soft focus on the face there. Herself, the Black Widow. The artwork is gorgeous. Look at this. If I can get it in. The artwork's amazing. They've gone for a stylized look. As you can see here, the whole figure range has like this illustrated look for who's available. Natasha is the first figure in the wave, so she comes with a Build-A-Figure part for the Crimson Dynamo armor, which is based on a design for the Crimson Dynamo I'm not familiar with. It looks quite cool. Feels right, considering Russia is a big focus of the Black Widow film, as far as we know. You've got the artwork there on the spine, with the short-haired Natasha. Longer hair on the back, seemingly. Natasha Romanoff reunites with a group of spies from her past to stop a lethal force. She comes with, it appears, 2 guns, 2 spray hands, and 2 shark sticks. So we're going to be reviewing her, but we're also going to be reviewing the villain of the piece, who is the figure. They've started doing this now, where there's one figure in the range that doesn't have a Build-A-Figure part, and this time it is the Taskmaster. He or she, I have theories, says Taskmaster is armed with the ability to mimic an enemy's every move. Spine artwork is really nice. The vaguely Stark Tech-like armour, designed to look like a skull. Cool, comes with bow and arrow, shield, big old sword, spare hands, and Black Panther-esque claw hands. I'm so pleased with the colour scheme on Taskmaster. In the trailers, their costume doesn't appear to be this bright. So the fact that it is wonderful. I think that looks amazing. We're going to unbox these two and then do a little review. Now take a look at these beauties. So, Taskmaster and Black Widow. Let's start with Black Widow. So, Natasha Romanoff. I don't think the camera does it justice, but actually it's a pretty decent likeness of Scarlett Johansson, using that new sort of print paint thing they've got going on. Is it the best they've done of her? I don't know. I think the Endgame one, the box set Endgame figure, might be the better likeness, but the hair's great. It's a really soft sculpt, so it doesn't impede the movement of her neck. The 2 batons fit snugly into the backpack. I love the subtle Black Widow sort of logo design within the red portions of her armour. Overall, the sculpt of the figure's really good. Like, the female torso is something that Hasbro have always been really good at, but there's just something about this one. I think it's the strongest Black Widow that we've seen so far. The ab crunch, the rib crunch rather, is really, really good. The wrist things, gauntlets, finally like full-on comic accurate gold. They move, so if you're a bit baffled when you get them out, or get her out like I was, that her arm was the wrong colour on the forearm compared to the upper arm, don't worry, just turn it around at the elbow joint and adjust the bracelet. She's on wedges, but they're slightly sturdier, a little bit wider than some more recent ones, so she stands pretty easily. And then falls over. Articulation is pretty much the same, but nicer. Like, there's some smoother movement. You don't have to snap her as much as you do with a lot of figures. She has a gun belt around her thighs and waist, which you can put the tiny, tiny bloody pistols in. They are so small. So small. Taskmaster, stop taking focus. Tiny pistols, so small. Batons are in the top. Head pops off nicely. I've not experimented yet to see which other Black Widow figures have the same sort of neck joint, the space in the head, but I'm sure you could customise. She also comes with, aside from those 2 accessories, those 4 accessories, the 2 different weapons, which you can put on her body, which is a bonus for these sort of figures. You can have all the accessories on her at any one time. She comes with 2 closed fist hands as well, but I probably won't display with those because the gun hand she's got can handle all the accessories. She of course comes with the lower left leg of Crimson Dynamo, comic book Crimson Dynamo. That'll be joining the group of Build-A-Figure parts in my crate that I have nowhere to put. Taskmaster. The paint on this bad boy is beautiful. Looks so good. Currently got him with the shield, which is like the cap shield clip on. Also, like the cap shields, has the button stud that normally you'd be able to use to put the shield into cap's back, like the comic book cap shields, I mean. But he has no open stud section on his back, so he can't wear the shield on his back. So it's just a reused piece. But whatever. Sword is a really nice piece. It's a squishier, more rubbery plastic on the handle, so it kind of squeezes into his hand. This is a fist hand and a grip hand, which is built for the sword. He's a left-handed swordsman. His alternate right hands include gun hand, but he doesn't have a gun, so this will be for holding his ridiculously teched up bow, which is a completely new piece, very different from the Hawkeye ones that we've had. Like, it is completely new and not focusing. There's a slightly softer plastic, so you could have it's got a bit of give if you want to pose with him pulling for an arrow. His other right hand is a Black Panther claw hand, which appears to be a completely new sculpt, but using the same shape as like T'Challa style claws. His first spare left hand is also a claw hand, which is not in focus, but you get the idea. And a closed fist hand. He also comes with, and I didn't realise this till I unboxed him, an arrow. So if you want to pose him with the bow and arrow, you can actually have an arrow in the other hand, which is nice. Articulation is pretty much the same as your standard Marvel Legend nowadays. Again, quite smooth. It seems like they're refining the joints so that they're not as much of a drag and there's less risk of snapping or what have you. Only downside to Taskmaster, the backpack design, no hole in the back for the shield. Only downside really is the head. It's ball jointed with, you know, a little joint socket thing, but you can't really move it because he's got this, and then there's another scarf around the bottom of his neck. The hood is a solid piece. I don't want to play around with it too much because I don't want to know if the hood pops off. If it does and I've missed a trick, someone let me know in the comments below. So it just sort of makes the head movement a little tough. You've got to be very careful, like hold the whole head and move it around. Don't put too much pressure on, obviously you'll snap it, but move the whole head. Overall, that is a really good villain figure for the MCU, because they're hard to get, the bad guys, and this is a really good hero figure for the MCU. Black Widow and Taskmaster from the Black Widow range of Marvel Legends, the Build-A-Figure Crimson Dynamo Wave. Highly recommended. I have one more I have one more Black Widow figure due in a later post, which is the deluxe set with Natasha in the white outfit and the display base. We'll do a review for that. But if you want me to review the other Black Widow figures in this range and you're willing to put your money where your mouth is and pay for the figures, then I'll happily review them for you. My Amazon wishlist link will be in bio. Thank you for watching, and yeah, big recommendation, thumbs up from me.